Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. Today's video is all about blazers. I discuss what it is not, how you should wear it, and how it should fit. The blazer is an integral part of every gentleman's wardrobe, and every man should have at least one. So what exactly is a blazer? If you look at the dictionaries, sometimes they say it's a jacket, sports jacket, with non-matching trousers. Other people say it's for school children or sports teams. And in other parts, you can read that it's a colorful, striped garment. It all sounds very different, doesn't it? First, it is a standalone jacket with non-matching trousers, and it can be a different color, a different pattern, and a different texture. So you can have worsteds, flannel, even tweed or striped trousers, and it would all qualify as a blazer combination. A blazer is either a jacket with a solid color, such as a navy blue I'm wearing here, or it could be of stripes, usually bold stripes. Not a pinstripe, not a chalk stripe. Anything else, like houndstooth, checks, is not a blazer. Most blazers on the market today come in a solid navy blue, such as the ones you can see here. Sometimes you can also find them in bottle green, maybe in red or in off-white, but that's basically the color scheme. When it comes to striped blazers, they come in all kinds of combinations of white, blue, red, yellow, and it depends a little bit on the club or the association. Colorful blazers sometimes come with a contrast trim in yellow or red or white, and it's a very bold look, and that's why you rarely see it. Usually on tennis courts or in cricket clubs or anything of that kind. But you'll rarely find somebody who wears it on the street. Blazers often come double-breasted, as you can see here. This is a 6'2", meaning there's 6 buttons and 2 closing buttons. You can also find 6'3", which means 6 buttons, 3 closing buttons, or 8'3", which means 8 buttons with 3 closing buttons. Alternatively, you can also have a single-breasted blazer, and that's the one I'm wearing here right now. Usually, single-breasted blazers come in 2 or 3 closing buttons, rarely in 4 or 1. Often the blazer is part of a school uniform, a college uniform, or a golf club. Another distinctive hallmark of a blazer are the buttons. That's what it separates them from a regular navy blue suit jacket that's double-breasted or single-breasted, and that's why you have to pay particular attention to them. The most popular options for blazer buttons are either brass, as you can see here, which is kind of that gold tone, or pewter, which is kind of a dark silver. And every once in a while you also see people who use pure yellow gold or white gold, but that makes your blazer very, very expensive. For a more casual look, you can also use contrasting horn buttons or Carozo buttons. My personal casual favorite is white mother of pearl, because it creates a strong contrast, designates it as a blazer, but it's still classic. So always make sure your blazer has contrasting buttons. If you're part of a boat club or any other club of that matter, sometimes you see crests, like here. Usually it's best to only have a crest that's associated to you somehow, otherwise it can look pretentious. Another aspect to pay attention to is the pockets. If you want your blazer to be more casual, I suggest you opt for patch pockets. As you can see here, I have a chest pocket that is a patch pocket, and I also have side pockets that are patch pockets. On the other hand, this blazer has traditional pockets, here with a flap, and it just depends on what look you're going for. If you want to play around with color, what you can do is go in with a contrasting lining in red or yellow or green that will sometimes pop, especially if you're outside a lot. Otherwise, I would say if it's your first blazer, get a navy blazer. The blazer is a classic garment, so let's talk briefly about the history of it. According to one theory, it goes back to the Lady Margaret Boat Club, and to the second theory, it has to do with the HMS Blazer, which was a ship. If you want to learn more about the details, please check out our in-depth guide on our website, which is all about blazer history. Another very important aspect of a blazer is the fabric. If you're thinking about getting your first blazer, I strongly suggest that you get a navy blue one, just like the one I'm wearing here or the one you can see here. The most popular blazer fabric is serge, and you can see what it looks like here. Another great alternative is hopsack, which has kind of a 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional look because it sometimes has different colors, and it's very popular in Italy. If you live in colder climates, maybe think about going with a navy flannel blazer. It has a very sophisticated look and it keeps you warm. If you live in warmer climates, think about maybe a linen blazer or a fresco blazer, and you can learn more about that fabric in our in-depth guide here. Stripe blazers often come in cotton, sometimes in velvet, or in a combination of wool and cotton. Generally, you only find them in England in vintage stores or if you go to the Cambridge and Oxford boat race. So they're a very specialized item that's very bold and you'll make a big statement with it. Therefore, I don't suggest you invest in it when you're just starting out. It's really something for more advanced dressers. In terms of vents, I suggest you go with side vents because center vents are just for horseback riding. For sleeve buttons, I suggest you go with 3 or traditional 4. If you want it more casual, you can also go with 2. Generally, a blazer should fit like a suit jacket or a sport coat. What does that mean? It means the shoulder seam should be on your shoulder bone. The collar should sit tight against your neck. You want to have some room in your shoulders. Ideally, you want a smaller armhole for a greater range of movement. And in terms of length, it should always cover your rear end. If you want a more formal blazer, you should get a more structured interlining. As you can see here, this is a more military-inspired, naval-inspired look, and it's very crisp. On the other hand, the jacket I'm wearing here is very soft and it's more like a sweater. It has no interlining and it's extremely comfortable. So keep that in mind when you choose your blazer. There is no right or wrong, it really just depends on the situation you wear them and what you want to achieve. Traditionally, blazers often had shoulder pads, but at the moment, a lot of people prefer them without shoulder pads and small armholes for a very natural shoulder line. So last but not least, how should you wear and combine a blazer? As I indicated before, you want to match contrasting trousers. The good thing about that is you can use basically any trouser you have in your closet. Let's say you have a charcoal flannel suit, works with your navy blazer. You have a light brown suit. You have maybe khakis, chinos, striped pants, all of that works. The only thing to avoid with a blazer is black pants and black altogether because black and navy never work well. The same is true for other shades of navy. I would avoid them, especially if they're too close and it just looks awkward. Otherwise, you can really wear anything you want, including jeans, if the color is contrasting enough. In terms of shirts, the easiest color to combine with a blazer is either white or light blue. Of course, you can also take others such as pale yellow, pale green, or pale pink, but that's for the more advanced dresser. If you start out, stick with a light blue. Obviously, you can always dress a blazer up or down. A traditional look is to pair it with a striped club wrap tie or mogador tie. You can also go a little more casual at a knit tie, so just the entire look works well together. Again, avoid any black colors and then also stay clear of overly formal patterns. That being said, you can wear silk ties, wool ties, knit ties, and it all goes together. Definitely wear a pocket square when you have a blazer, and if you decide not to have neckwear, that's okay too, but the pocket square will always give you that little edge. As you can see here, we skipped the pocket square because we already have a crest and a boutonniere. So adding another thing on the left side would be just over the top. So you have to play with it and make sure it looks good. If you're interested in blazer accessories, please check out our store where we offer all kinds of pocket squares, ties, bow ties, and boutonnieres.